have the opportunity to work with climate scientists who are trying to describe the greenhouse problem and with engineers who are trying to solve the greenhouse problem. The scientists are saying that it's a real problem and that it's getting worse, and that somehow or another we are going to have to change our energy system away from fossil fuels. But in the United States, there is very little enthusiasm for moving away from fossil fuels at this time. It's striking that in Europe there seems to be more commitment, at least more expressed commitment for doing so. I don't underestimate the difficulty of getting fossil fuels out of the energy economy, because there are a lot of fossil fuels. They are not that expensive. We keep finding more, and the world is actually more enthusiastic about fossil fuels in the last few years than a few years before that, because there was a time not so long ago when the world was believing that there would be carbon policy and we would start using less carbon because we would make it more expensive, use less fossil energy because we would make it more expensive. And at least from the perspective I have as an American, the enthusiasm for getting on with this job is less than a few years ago. So how are we going to change this? Well, we have many options, and the options are still there. They will cost some money. Some won't even cost money. We are very inefficient in the way we use energy in buildings and vehicles, and we are not really working very hard on that. And then we have renewable energy in many forms, and it's very exciting to be at this meeting, and in fact to be in Italy, where there's a great deal of enthusiasm for renewable energy development at this time, and more being done, and it's very exciting. Another option is carbon dioxide capture and storage, which my own group works on. The idea being that if you burn fossil energy in a power plant, it's a separate decision to let the carbon dioxide go to the atmosphere. You've already made the energy. You can catch the carbon dioxide, we call it capture it, and put it somewhere else, such as deep below ground. And there are projects that do that. There's been no discovery in the last 10 years which makes it look more difficult than it did a while ago. But there's not a lot of enthusiasm for doing so. It does make electricity more expensive. People are not excited about having carbon dioxide storage near where they live, but it really is an option. And now people are talking about turning carbon dioxide back into fuel. So you burn coal, capture the carbon dioxide, turn it into gasoline or diesel, and drive a car. You use the carbon atom twice that came out of the ground. That is not so easy to do when oil costs are not going up anymore, and at least they don't seem to be going up for a long time from now. And you have to make the hydrogen to make the fuel. And so far, we don't have low-cost hydrogen. Now, maybe at this meeting, I will learn that low-cost hydrogen is on its way, but it's very difficult.